So I've watched Requiem for a Lightweight, the third episode of season 1 of MASH, and I gotta say, the other two episodes of season 1 I like better. I feel like this is a drop in quality a little bit. I didn't like the humor as much. I thought, again, the sexism was a little more apparent. Still gonna be present throughout all the show, especially the earlier seasons. But I feel like this episode seemed almost in a way more like the movie, not quite, obviously toned down for TV, but like in terms of the way the doctors are treating the nurses, just not as as good. Like, sure, they talk about how this one nurse has good skills as a nurse, but they're using that to cover for what they really want. And then of course, there's always some underhand dealing to get what they want in match. That happens all the time. They make agreements and try to get it to work out for them. No, that makes sense. That's gonna happen. It's part of the humor. But like here's like, okay, we're gonna do an agreement. Okay, so they're agreement friendly. Okay, makes sense. It's a pretty good agreement. Like, we do this for you, and you'll see what you can do to get the nurse transferred back to the unit. Okay, that's okay. Makes sense. It's a standard agreement in a sense. But then, so to do that, they have to get in a boxing match, hence Requiem for lightweight. Yeah, and they have to cheat in order to win. Which, granted, they actually do that a lot when they're facing other units, I've noticed. That is something they do quite a lot. But overall, like, okay, it's a decent episode, but it's not outstanding. There's one or two good jokes. Like, I really love the joke when, okay, so where both Hawkeye and Chapo are interested in the same nurse, the nurse who actually made Houlihan transfers out, because she's distracting them. I wonder why. Shit. Margaret actually probably does the right course of action. They're like, okay, sure, she may be a good nurse, but if the doctors are not focusing on the work, that's going to be bad for the patients. That is a possibility. And she probably was thinking that more clearly than they were. Just saying. But anyhow, so they both leave the mess tent out to go for her, though they're both saying they're not going to do it to each other. So, well, Chopper runs by the swamp and decides to pick up some flowers that Frank had planted. That's funny because Frank then comes out to start watering them, and he doesn't notice they're gone, and then he's like, where are they? And turns the watering can, and he starts watering his leg. That's actually a funny joke. And the whole scene is actually kind of funny. It's probably one of the better jokes, if not the best joke in the episode, because it relies on just some fun character interactions in the sense like both Trapper and Hawkeye are trying to do the same thing, and then you have doing that this joke involving Frank and Trapper taking the flowers Frank had planted away. That was funny. And there was like a couple other instances I got a chuckle, like when Radar gave Henry some blank papers to sign so he wouldn't have to sign them later. And Frank, to his credit, does recognize that Henry, to his credit, does recognize he probably shouldn't have done that. But then a phone call from the general comes in, and Radar gets him to sign new blank papers while he's distracted. That's also funny. And like those moments are funny, but some of the other jokes that were intended to be funny, I didn't always find funny personally. But those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Have a good one. Bye! Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like, as well as subscribe to my channel and ring that bell to stay up to date on my latest content. Also, be sure to check out the link tree in the description, as well as any other links I have down there.